An hour-by-hour guide to election night. Election date is finally here. Soon enough, returns will start rolling in and we'll have a ton of data to sift through. But what should you pay attention to? I've broken down the presidential and Senate battlegrounds by when the first polls close at 6 p.m. Eastern, until the last poll closings at 1 a.m. Only the competitive and major races will be covered here. If you're interested in when the polls in your state close, check out this map. Even when just looking at this subset of the states, there's a lot of ground to cover. So let's get right to it. 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Indiana, the parts of the state in the Eastern Time Zone, which is most of the state, will close their polls first. The rest of the state closes its polls at 7 p.m. The story here is the Senate race and whether Republican Todd Young can complete his comeback against former Senator Bayh. Results in Indiana have historically come in slowly, so don't expect a quick result. In 2012, it took until about 9:45 p.m. for the networks to call a race that was decided by nearly 6 percentage points. If there's a quick call for either Young or Bayh, that could be a sign that his party will have a very good night in the Senate. 7 p.m. Florida, Eastern Time Zone only. This is a must-win state for Donald Trump. If Hillary Clinton takes it, Trump will basically have no path to the presidency. Most experts expect Marco Rubio to hold on to his Senate seat. Expect a very quick count out of Florida because of the state's large early vote numbers. You should be careful, though, don't read too. Georgia, Trump will probably hold on to beat Clinton here. Still, Georgia, a state with a large black population, 32% of voters, could give us a sense of what African-American turnout in the nation will be. The Democratic parts of the state around Atlanta tend to report their votes last, so don't be surprised if Trump jumps out to a big lead. Watch out for whether the presidential race here is labeled too close or too early to call. If it's the former, Trump may be in real trouble in Georgia and therefore the nation. The latter isn't bad news for Trump, it just means the networks are waiting on more returns before making a projection. New Hampshire, voting ends in most of the state at 7 p.m., although some polling places are open until 8 p.m. The polls have tightened up significantly in both the presidential race in New Hampshire and the state's Senate race, which is between